Okay, hi everyone. This is my first video review, and today we're going to be looking at the Disney Store exclusive Talking Buzz Lightyear and Zurg action figures. Okay, I got this as a Christmas present from a friend of mine, but online I saw it was 50 bucks, but now it's down to 30 or something. And they actually just released this Zurg toy on its own without the Buzz Lightyear, and I don't know how much it costs, but it's the same exact thing. And it comes with this Buzz Lightyear. And you will first notice that his plastic is actually a gray plastic. It's not white like it's supposed to be. And that doesn't bother me that much. In my opinion, it's actually a good replacement for the Toy Story Collection version if you don't have that. And it's for sure superior to the Buzz Lightyears you'll find in stores. Like the Blast-Off Buzz Lightyear. So, he can flip his helmet open. He talks with Tim Allen's voice.
A Space Ranger joining forces with Zurg? Impossible.
And you press the big red button right here. Both tips of the wings and his jetpack light up, which is awesome. The Blast-Off Buzz Lightyear you'll find in stores, the tips don't light up. It's just green and red paint, and that's kind of lame. And I also think it's funny how there's a hole here and a hole here, because in the movie that's where screws go. Same thing here. That's where screws are supposed to go in the movie, but the real toy never ever has them there, so I think that's funny. On his left arm, he has flip-out wrist communicator with the same sticker you see in the movie. He actually can't press the button on his own though. His jetpack button. It doesn't reach. Not quite. His arm is fully articulated. It can go up and down. His elbow can go in and out. And it can also rotate. His wrist can rotate. His index finger can move, and his bottom three are connected together. Same articulation in the left arm, but this has the karate chop action feature in it. So if you press this button on the back, that's awesome that it incorporates that. And then so you can't actually do anything with this arm, but it locks down if you bring it. And it does have articulation in it, similar to the left arm. And when you press the laser button, that's not exactly the same sound they use in the movie. And if you hold it down, it doesn't keep going. The sound comes out of here.
I'll never join you, unless it's to fight you.
His waist can rotate. And his legs can go back and forth, but back is limited slightly. His knees can bend. His ankles bend. They do not rotate. Neither his knee, this area does not rotate either. And I want to point out that my Buzz had a little quality control issue. When I got it out, I thought that his legs couldn't move because I got him out of the box and his legs were like stuck together, and I thought it was jammed like that. But I kind of forced it a little bit, and then it was able to move. And then I noticed, you probably can't see it in here, but you see that hole there, that hollow section in the ball? There was a little chip of plastic, which makes me think that when this was molded, the plastic in the legs got caught in that little hollow section, and that's what limited the movement. So you kind of have to break the plastic a little bit. Overall conclusion with this guy, he's awesome. He's totally accurate. He's a great replacement for the Toy Story Collection version. Oh yeah, his head rotates too. But yeah, I highly recommend getting this guy. This, I think, besides the color scheme and phrases, he's identical to the individual version that you can buy at the Disney Store. So if you don't have one and can't get the Toy Story Collection one, this is the one that you want. And now we move on to Zurg, who is gigantic. Okay, so I was in first grade when the Toy Story 2 came out, and ever since I wanted a Zurg toy so badly, a Zurg toy that looked like the one from the movie, but for some reason it would take 13 years for a full version to get released, and this thing is huge. And just for size comparison, here is the 2010 Power Rangers Megazord. There. Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. The Mega Morphers Module 2 Zurg from Toy Story 2. And the Ultimate action figure Zurg you can probably find. Last time I saw this at the Disney store, it's actually in the metallic purple color scheme now. No electronics. But yeah, that's how big this guy is. So not only is this the first full-size version of Zurg, it's also the most accurate. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this guy. This is the smaller action figure Zurg you can probably find. Yeah, this was the most accurate movie Zurg before this guy came out. And I mean, in terms of looks, not necessarily size. And when I say he's spot on accurate, it's, if you look at his face, it's just from every angle, it's just perfect. The way they molded it. If you look at the older toys, for example, all the Toy Story 2 toys, for whatever reason, all the Zurgs up until when Toy Story 3 came out, all the Zurgs were blue. And what I think what happened was they did that because in the opening sequence of the Toy Story 2 movie, it's all dark and Zurg looks blue. If you watch it, he looks blue. So maybe that's what the toy designers went off of. But yeah, all the Zurgs have been blue up to this point. And if you notice this guy's chest plate, it's not that accurate. And if you look at all the Toy Story 2 Zurgs, their chest plates aren't as accurate as this guy's. And all the Toy Story 2 Zurgs follow this color scheme. Gray for the chest plate, black or dark gray for the arms. This Zurg, his eyes light up when he talks. And the sound is actually coming out from his back. I can't really show you the speaker. His cape's in the way, but it's there. His cape is not removable, and his hand is actually molded onto the gun. You can't get it off. That's unfortunate, because I'd really like to take that off. His head can rotate from left to right. That's cool. He doesn't have Zurg vision, by the way. He has a little hole sort of for it, but you can't do it because there's electronics in there. Just like Buzz Lightyear's arm, this arm is just like that arm. It moves up, back and forth, it moves out. His elbow can also rotate and move back and forth. And his hand can rotate the wrist, index finger can move, and the 3 fingers at the bottom are connected. Same articulation on this part. The hose is stuck in there. You cannot rotate this dial. It's just there for show. Same movement. His waist can also rotate. And he has wheels at the bottom, and that's where the batteries go. And he has wheels at the bottom, which is cool because it's just like in the movie. The 2 wheels in the back and then the 1 wheel in the front. This Zurg has those, but they're fake wheels. These don't move. They just sit there, and that was really disappointing. I also want to make a quick note that when I first got this guy out of the box, his arm was so tight, this thing would not move. I kind of had to force it, and I heard a snap, and I thought I broke something. I don't think I did, but it was kind of scary at first. His backpack. And in the movie, I don't understand why they make these spheres, these balls in here, gray. They did the same thing on the Ultimate action figure Zurg. They made his have sort of fake gray balls in there too, and I don't understand that. And his backpack is a gray color, and it's a gray color here, and I don't understand why they did that, because in the movie his backpack is yellow, and the Toy Story 2 Mega Morpher Zurg, this guy is has a slightly more accurate thing, because he has a yellow backpack, and this thing is done correctly. That's kind of not. And in the movie, he would shoot those balls out. They'd come through the hose, and this thing doesn't do that. It's just a giant hunky piece of plastic hanging off his hand. And if you press the button up here, these rotate clockwise, which is kind of cool. If you guys know Bionicle, these remind me of the Zammer spheres from the Paraka and the Toa Naika from 2006. And I have a feeling when they made this Ion Blaster, they modeled it after this toy, which it's okay because this toy is pretty accurate too. But if you look at it, it's essentially the same. The arrows pointing the same way. The sticker, the decal is identical. Even the font they chose for the numbers are the same. On the Mega Morpher version Zurg, they have that here, but it does not have it here, nor does it have it here. It doesn't have it on here. And for some reason, for this toy, there's no, in the movie, if you remember, it has this sticker also appears on this side, but for some reason they put this thing here, and they did the same thing on this guy, and I don't understand why, because that's not what he looks like in the movie. And I know that because in the movie when he's holding the gun and he's talking to Buzz Lightyear and on the elevator he says prepare to die, he's rotating something, he's rotating the dial here, and you can see the numbers on this side in the movie. The good thing about having tight joints on this Zurg is that the hose doesn't overpower the joints. So like he can, if you want to hold the gun, his arm is strong enough to hold that heavy piece of plastic up. This thing can't do that. This hose is so heavy and the joints are so weak that he can't do anything. I was severely disappointed when I got this guy out of his package. He can't even hold the gun. So my biggest complaint with this guy is that the gun is stuck on his hand. I really wish he could get it off so that he could look like this guy and get his cape off. I mean, the Mega Morpher version Zurg can get his gun off his hand. It just makes it look more natural. I don't want it molded to his hand. Other than that, with this stuck here, I really love this Zurg. I'm extremely happy with him. It's the best Zurg I've ever gotten. I mean, this guy holds a special place in my heart also, but this guy is the most accurate. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I was going to show you guys all of their dialogue. They don't interact directly, but if you can get the timing of the phrases just right, they'll talk to each other.
Greetings, I am Buzz Lightyear. I protect the galaxy from the threat of invasion from the evil Emperor Zurg. So, we meet again, Buzz Lightyear, for the last time. I will defeat you, Space Ranger. Space Ranger will never be defeated by evil. Mark my words, you and Star Command will bow before me. Space Rangers eat evil for breakfast. You don't stand a chance. I am the Emperor Zurg. Your insignificant threats don't frighten me, Lightyear. Evil is always defeated by good. To infinity and beyond. Surrender, Buzz Lightyear. I have already defeated you. Surrender? Who do you think I am? I'll never give in. Wait. No. Don't you realize the time has come for us to join forces? A Space Ranger joining forces with Zurg? Impossible. Together, we could rule the quadrant, and then the galaxy. I'll never join you, unless it's to fight you. Buzz Lightyear, it's time you learned the truth. The truth is, Zurg, I'm gonna mop the Gamma Quadrant with you. I am your father. What? It can't be. The evil Emperor Zurg, my father? Now, my son, join me, or prepare to meet your doom. Not today, Zurg. Come to me, my prey. I shall defeat you with my laser. I shall destroy you with my ion blaster. Oh yeah, take that.
So that's all for this review. If you guys want to see any more stuff, you can go ahead and leave it in the comments below. Any requests you want to have. You see this little cuff part of the ion blaster, I guess? It's supposed to be shallow so that it kind of like cups around his arm, which like it does on this guy. It's hollow there because in the movie it kind of he can't do it here because it's stuck, but in the movie that's kind of like cupped onto his arm. And another thing I don't really like about this blaster is that this doesn't rotate, and neither does this one. This blaster does not rotate either, but the ion blaster for the Mega Morpher Zurg, this guy, it's this one. This thing rotates, which is cool. I like that it can rotate. It has the aimer thingy. I'll just do reviews on these guys, their own individual reviews. Anyway, this video is supposed to be about Zurg and Buzz Lightyear, so I'll wrap that up with them, and I will see you guys later.